Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm Hannah, for those catching the channel for the first time. This is just a follow on from the previous two videos. I'm just like pondering things and I just think it's worth sharing for anyone else. So I was just thinking to myself, like, the last, 2 years, it was like 2 years ago, just over, that I started applying for like business finance. And like approaching other people for like partnerships outside of just working by myself. And I was just thinking, like, what is the point of them not helping me? Like, at the end of the day, I've been forced to sit with no money, no income, no nothing, but still produce, but not able to like fully take to market like all of my creations. So all just by working on my own, all my creations get like stuck at a certain point. I'm not paying anyone anything because I'm not getting paid anything. So the system doesn't really, like, there's no outflow from me financially because there's no inflow from me because of the way that people have decided to handle me and treat me. But what's the point in that? It's just a lot of pain. Like, why force that way of life when it just should never have been that way? Because it just makes everything stuck. Like, why be that bitch? Why be that bitch that gets so involved in what someone else is doing that you're willing to put a wrench in everything? But it's not just one bitch. It's bitch after bitch after bitch after bitch. It's like the devil just keeps bringing all of these reprobates, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And like, it was like, I have learned a lot of stuff though. I'm not gonna lie, I've learned a lot of stuff. Like, I would never have learned all that stuff about all the mortgage fraud stuff, all the different types, all the financial fraud things that I've learned, which are very helpful to know as a business founder, director, or whatever you want to call, and which I didn't know before. But like, you don't, why, I just don't understand why people get in the way. Like, why can't I just have the money to pay for the courses like everyone else? Do you know what I mean? That's what I don't, why do I have to learn it like this? It's just odd. But it's been like this has been worse than anything ever in my life. But I have had to learn things, like a lot of things in my life, like this, which doesn't really make any sense. And it's just not really gonna wash anymore. All of this misogyny and stuff, and treating women like we're the problem, when literally I'm the only one who's been doing any work. Everyone else has been adding extra burdens. It's like literally the basics, that like the dog crap on the pavement and don't leave it for the next person to pick it up. But these are people in jobs. These are people in jobs, supposed to be professionals, leaving crap at my door, and then there not being anyone to help with the fallout from it. It's just really ridiculous. But I was just thinking, like, why do people do that? Why bother doing that? Because all it's going to do is come back on you. If you're dumping shit on someone's door who's just trying to better themselves and just trying to grow and progress and live a normal life aligned with them, in alignment with themselves, What business have you got doing that? And don't, and like, you can't really do that and expect that you're not going to get hit. And when they get hit, it's going to be way 10 times worse than what they did to me. And what they've done to me is really bad. You can't want, do things to try and get people kicked out of the house and like not be able to just run things normally. Sorry, I don't really understand how that is good for anybody. And what's even more shocking to me is the women that's been doing it. The women at the financial ombudsman, the women in banks, the women like in public sector services. There's something wrong with society, really, really fundamentally wrong. It's not really it's not really a problem that should all be on one person's shoulders. All of those things that have been put on me, how would they carry it? How would they carry it? They wouldn't be able to. No, it's not normal. Nobody should have to carry what's been put on me by these idiots. And why I just don't understand why there's people like that. Because they're clearly doing it on purpose. They clearly are doing it on purpose. There's no point even giving people the benefit of the doubt. They get kicks out of it. You can just tell. You can just tell that they hate their lives, and they do it for just to give themselves a little bit of something fun in the day. It's really weird. But they've got no regard actually of what it actually means, like the actions, what it actually means. No regard for actually like the legalities of it or anything like that. Because a lot of these people, they all deserve the police called on them, but there's a lot to be said about the police as well. Like they're all the same. I think they think that it's normal to be fraudulent, and that it's normal to be criminal, and normal to be corrupt. But I've never got anything in my life. I do everything by the book, everything. So to be dragged into all the things that I've been dragged into, and people just going along with it and going with the flow, and then me being treated like I'm the crazy one for standing up for myself, that is just ridiculous. That is completely ridiculous. You can't waste years and years and years of someone's life like this and expect there not to be really bad consequences. The worst thing you can do is waste people's life, waste people's time. Sorry, but I'm not even in the phase of my life now where I'm compromising or anything or trying to be amicable about anything. I'm just like, if someone's doing illegal shit, lying, trying to get me to save their face and stuff like that, no, not a chance. No way in hell am I ever doing that, because God gave me the insights that I have. God gave me the discernment that I have. And if I ignore it, is going against God. And that's what people don't realize. People need to understand that's just the law of the land in my life. If they want to come against it, then more fool them. That is their decision, and that's what they have to live with, and what the consequences that's going to follow after that. There's absolutely no reason. I mean, I could have learned everything I've learned in the last 2 years just in a more easy way. like I said, I could have done the courses. I could have done things learnt with other people, done things just in a normal, sociable, healthy way. Instead, I've been plunged into the dark depths of crime, but it's just it's actually the system, like it's the actual infrastructure of the country. So and nothing happens in my life for no reason. Nothing. Like everything, every situation that God puts me in, it's all for a reason. And this is another thing that people don't understand. One, people think I'm thick because my natural disposition is to go with the flow. But when it comes to crime and stuff like that, no, I don't go with the flow with that. People want me to just look the other way and overlook all of that stuff and just let them gaslight me and all of that crap. I don't think so. No, that's what I used to do 20 years ago. And that got me nowhere. And I've learned since then. No. No. Not at all. Not at all. I literally like... I'm sick of being around the wrong people. I'm sick of it. I'm really, really sick of it. Like, I don't know what happened to the people who just show you things. You know, like, give you like 15 minutes just to show you how to do something. Like, what happened to those kinds of people? Everyone thinks that you should wait like 6 weeks for some of their time. What the hell is that? No, those people are getting put in the bin as well. Anyone who thinks he can just do that kind of shit is getting put in the bin. No. And I don't know another thing, like, there's people that watch me tell people what for once they've crossed the line, and they think that it doesn't apply to them. Then they go and do the same sort of behaviour and think they're not going to get the same treatment. But I don't know what's wrong with people, how they think that they're exempt from being told that they're a criminal if they're a criminal. Don't be sending the next person who's doing exactly the same thing as the previous person. What the hell's that? No one's learning anything. They're literally like a cult of fraudsters. For all the crimes that have been done to me, I'm going to be getting a lot of money from the state. A lot. You can't just do that without any consequence. You can't make someone out to be someone they're not. The things that's been done to me, contempt of court is one of them, perjury, extortion, false prosecutions, altering system records. How have Israel been allowed to do all of that? All from illegal surveillance. All of it's from illegal surveillance. Where have they got these vultures from? These scroaks of society? I cannot engage with society normally anymore because you don't know who's doing what, who's taking which bribe from where. Who wants to live like that? Literally, who wants to live like that? Nobody. It's not a life. It's really not a life. I need security, and I'm not even joking. I need like bodyguards. I need physical security. I need completely new tech. It's like I need to change everything. I don't know what it is. Why I'm not even like, I'm not like, it's not like I'm an A-list celebrity or anything like that and I deserve to be paparazzied and stuff and hacked to this level. What the hell is this? What, like, I'm still yet to find out what all of this gauntlet is for. All I know, and I've said it on previous videos and like in different things, God always makes everything good for me. Always, even this hell, even this hell, I'll be shown the lesson. If I don't know it now, I will be shown the lesson at some stage. I'll realize exactly what it was for, why it had to be exactly this way. And that's another thing that people don't realize, that everything that I go through, it strengthens my knowing in God. It strengthens my like faith in my path and my walk. Sorry, if other people would rather be like sheep in a cult, that's never been me. Go, if you ask anyone from any part of my life, in my family, I've got lots of brothers and sisters. I wasn't really in any of the cliques in any of my siblings. I was just always doing my own thing. In my friendship groups in school, I'm friendly with everybody, but I was never cliquey or anything like that. In any of my jobs, I was never in any cliques. I always got bullied. In fact, in every single scenario I got bullied. I was never in any cliques and I always got bullied, and people just thought it was normal to bully me and normal to do. It's not normal. It's not normal. And it's almost like it's like my aura just makes people do that to me. And it can be anyone from anything. Like one of my old jobs, I was quite friendly. I was friendly to everyone from every level, but I was really friendly with like the cleaner. And people found a problem with that. What is wrong with people? What is wrong? There's no reason to be like that. There's no reason to just find fault in everything. And that's what people do with me. They find fault in everything about me and cause me a lot of problems. But when I go, hold on a minute, XYZ is what you've been doing, all hell breaks loose. Oh no. It's like they can't accept that is actually what they're doing. And I haven't got the power, like energy, the manpower, the brain power to always be calling out everybody. If I called out everybody for everything that's been done to me, I'd have no life for nothing else. But there is a something about like I just always know that I've not gone through anything for no reason. And so so I'll share like this in case it helps people, in case people, like, I just think that if people come across it, it's the people who probably going through something similar. And to make people feel like they're not crazy, because that's what people do to you. They make you think that you're crazy and you're not crazy. It's just a zoo around you. Primitive circus of people. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, in some ways, like, I always reflect, and that's like, I think everyone should do that. But in a lot of ways, there's actually no point. It's better to move on. Um, but when it's like this, and it's just distraction after distraction, onslaught, the onslaught continues, and you know it's all a distraction from your actual path, and they don't, it's like they're possessed. They don't get it. They don't get that. They just have to back off and go away. Nobody's getting paid until I get paid. And as long as people are still trying to hold me back, nobody's getting paid. No one's moving nothing. Nothing's happening. Because for some reason, people aren't seeing the ridiculousness of the whole situation. Everybody needs money. I'm not a slave to money, but people need money for a certain like standard of living. I've never wanted anything other than to just maintain my previous standard of living. Even in all my business plans, like all that I wanted to do was just have a continuation of what I was receiving every month before. Wasn't asking for much. It's not I wasn't asking to be like some crazy multi-billionaire or nothing like that. And people had issue with there's nothing wrong with anything that I've done. It was very sustainable, very sensible. People have got very serious problems. And I don't know, like, at the end of the day, like, they're gonna have to explain why they're such emotional wrecks, why they got so invested, to the point of causing such damage to someone that they don't even know. I couldn't give any shits about them. I really couldn't. There's so many people that think that you should just trust their advice and follow what they say because it's like a similar journey to what they've been on, and they're on a shit journey. They're literally on a shit journey. Like the person who led me down the garden path from Startup Loans, he was doing that job, like approving people for business finance, but he was also like a musician. Like he had a second job as a musician, like in a metal band or something. And he was obsessed with my bank statements, literally obsessed with them. Like not a normal, it's really not normal. And he basically told me that I needed to go and get 2 jobs. Instead of just maintaining the standard of living that I had before. Like, and it's obvious that people like that have never managed any money. Like they've never managed any money themselves. They've never got a loan before. They've never got anything. They've never made any sort of big financial commitments. But I don't know how they get in the jobs. Like I literally have no idea how they get in the jobs and how they're collapsing people, unless they're being told to do it on purpose. And that's a question that I have before, like how infiltrated are those organizations? But I don't really think that's the case. I thought he was really thick, to be honest, like really, really stupid. And basically he caused all the problems for me because he wasn't actually helping me through the process, and he was pushing me down onto another path. And they just keep meeting all of these people that keep trying to push me onto another path. No. Don't know what's wrong with them. The path that I need to be on is the one that I'm on. The one that God guides me on and God gives me the inspiration for. which I've been doing in my own time. And like I've said to several other people, I'm just going to keep moving forwards. You can either help me to do it faster by offering help and support and whatever, or just leave me alone, because I'm still moving forwards. It's obviously slower with the constant attacks than if it wasn't like that, and it's obviously slower without any money. But I'm still working things up with what I have, which is basically how I'm made anyway. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. If people want to continue to block my finances and just block very basic things that every human has a right to have, like to block my right to work and my right to a certain standard of living and everything like that, just be ready for the legal consequences when the time arrives, because at the end of the day, it's all fraud based on the very basic beliefs of very basic people in those jobs who think that it's okay to or believe that they actually have some kind of influence. Like, they do for a time, obviously, because they cause disruption, but they're literally a nothing. They're literally a nothing. So if this is the way that they have to realize that they're literally a nothing, and God is going to show them that all of these attempts to try and force me into some sort of like submissive position, or force me to be humble in ways that's just, it's not really that, it's just degrading. That's not being humble. Forcing someone to be some kind of subordinate to a abusive situation is just abuse. It's really just abuse. And people now are just getting told, they're getting told that they're abusers, and at the end of the day, that's what they are. If they don't want to be told that, then they should stop being abusers. It's very easy. It's not really that hard to understand. And we should make it it shouldn't be a taboo in society to call abuse out. It shouldn't be a taboo. And being in a position of responsibility doesn't give you any license or any right to be abusive. And you get worse punishment. Anyone who's abusing their positions to lord over people and ruin, basically destabilize the country, because that's what it causes ultimately. Because it's antisocial. It's basically antisocial behavior. At the core of it is antisocial behavior. Yeah, anyone who's doing anything like that, they'll get exactly what they deserve. They'll get exactly what they deserve, and it's just a question of when that will come. It's just a question of when that will come. In my situation, I have a mortgage, but I have the most equity in my house, like more than the mortgage lender and more than the bank who's done the mortgage fraud, put the fake trust on my house. Why is no one looking at why that is? Like, I'm obviously not. So someone who's built themselves up to that extent, it's not from nothing, is it? Like, it's irresponsible people don't build up like that. And then there's some delinquents that want to force you into like getting 2 or 3 low paid jobs, because that's what the mindset is that they have. What is that? What is that? And those people get believed because they're in the jobs. And they've not got any, and they've not done anything anywhere near that. They've not done any, and there's no protection. There's literally no protection. Literally nothing. There's nothing that I can do until I get a really good lawyer who knows about fraud, like financial control, financial fraud, mortgage fraud, all of this kind of stuff, specific to women as well, women being treated like crap, because it's a systemic problem. It's a systemic problem. And also, like, the people in the ombudsman, it's like, I think they must have some strategy or some sort of criteria, but it's actually illegal. They try to force you to accept the bad situation that you've been left in, and to accept any debt that might result from the fallout of being in a bad situation. Yeah. I don't accept any debt that has been caused in my life by the delinquency of other people. It's nothing to do with me. If people have broken contracts and then try to use the system to then try to get themselves out of the situation that they've caused, that's their criminal offence. But if people in the ombudsman try to force you into going into an IVA, which is like accepting the debt, which is not even mine, it's theirs, that they're trying to push onto me. And it's like what happened to Britney Spears. It's like going into one of them conservatorships where other people have control of your finances and stuff like that. You can't, that's illegal. You can't do that to people. You can't do that to people. It's criminal. It's really criminal offence. And who are these people in the ombudsman who think that they can influence people's financial situation like that? Who do they think they are? And it's all because they don't have what you have, and they feel shit about themselves. And instead of doing their job to actually help you recover from the bullshit that's been done to you, they prolong the agony and want to make it worse. So you have to live with something that you didn't even cause. It shouldn't even be anywhere in your life. For like, I think you have to have one of them for 7 years. Like, if you get in one of them, you have to have it for 7 years. No. If people are doing mortgage fraud in my name, making money while I have nothing off my assets, they owe me a shit ton of money, and they're going to have to pay up. They can do whatever they want to delay the whole thing for as long as possible. They can keep passing things on to other people. No, I don't fucking think so. Couldn't give a shit. They can do what they want. Like, it's like an industry. It's an industry of people buying and selling debt that's made up. If they're doing fraud and you find out, they've broken the contract. End of story. They've got you involved in financial crime, and they have to pay you compensation. That is the law. That is the law. That's always been the law. It's not even just like, it's written in actual, state laws, but it's also universal law. It's based on universal law. And that's why it is always the right way round, and it will always come to pass. It doesn't really matter what bullshit happens in between. They can do what they want. What will eventually mean is the compensation will be greater, and that they should have just dealt with it earlier, so they pay less. Anyway, that my purpose is my purpose. I'm going to keep writing my poetry books and put all my work into collections, as I've been guided to do. Make the music that I've been guided to make. I know that eventually I'll have money for a tour. or several. I know eventually I'll be able to do all the teaching that I need to want to do. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time, and it's a matter of actually coming into contact with real people who don't want to trip me up and don't want to always take from me and ruin me, and too jealous to even do any nice thing in their life for anybody. Well, that's not entirely true. When I've noticed that people do things for other people, it's people that they're not jealous of because they actually don't have as much as them, which is, therein lies the problem, another problem as well. Anyway, that's all for the message. Yeah, it's bollocks. It's a waste of time, waste of energy. All it's going to do is increase the amount of compensation that I'm going to get for all of this crap. That's had to happen. That's all that's going to happen. Why people insist on going down this road, I have no idea. Why I'm the one who has to tell the people in the institutions that they're actually being criminal, I have no idea. But I've never done anything criminal in my life. I've never put people in danger or anything like that. Never disrupted people's lives. Never done anything to harm any individual. So all these people trying to extort money and put all this shit on me, they're going to get exactly what they deserve. All of them. Every single one of them. See you in the next video, guys. Love yous. Bye.